We saw to support these plaintiffs. These plaintiffs have sued pretrial and some judges in Prince George's County.
That is Grammy Award winner Fiona Apple talking about her work as a court watcher in Prince George's County and a federal lawsuit against county officials. Chief Legal Correspondent Katie Barlow is in the courtroom today. So Fiona Apple and local courts, this is a strange convergence here. What happened?
Well, federal judge Peter Massetti heard argument today over whether this lawsuit is actually allowed to proceed. The general rule under the Constitution is you're innocent until proven guilty. That generally means you're entitled to be free before you're convicted of a crime, unless you're a flight risk or a threat to the safety of the community. Well, today, lawyers for these inmates Fiona was talking about told the judge that they were violating the Constitution here in Prince George's County and violating that general rule.
For my honest opinion, I was pissed because he was authorized release in June. He was released August the 30th. I don't think no team would cope with that, being placed in a box for 23 hours. I don't think no one will, adult either, so I'm pretty sure it was tough on him.
KP cannot be identified because her minor son's criminal case is still pending. Today's argument was about pretrial services in Prince George's County. After an arrest, there's a bail hearing where a judge decides whether to release you before trial. Sometimes a judge authorizes conditional release, and then inmates are sent to pretrial services. What happens next was up for debate today. The inmates say they languish in jail with no notification of what's happening or why they continue to be detained. The county says they have to go through a process to certify that the conditions are met for release, like a phone or home address, and that takes time.
Our loved ones are innocent until proven guilty, and they are allowed to go home to their families. Some people lose their jobs after 1 week of being in jail, just sitting there waiting for pretrial. Some people lose their homes. Some people lose their, their children. Just 1 week will affect someone's life, and that's not fair.
Lawyers for the judges essentially made three arguments today. First, judges are typically immune from suit. Second, a lot of the judges overseeing these cases are no longer, and many of the defendants have already been released. And finally, there's actually a separation of powers issue here, and that a federal judge shouldn't stick his hand into what state court judges do and micromanage. Back to you.
All right, so what about the lawyers for Prince George's County here that were involved?
Well, they said something that probably sounds familiar to a lot of folks in the county and around the state right now. They are doing their level best. They're still coming off of a pandemic. They've got strapped resources. They can't control the number of arrests that are made. They can't control the number of referrals to pretrial services, and that they shouldn't be punished for that. But then the lawyers for the inmates said, well, neither should the inmates. They shouldn't be punished for that either. The judge could issue a decision anytime now.
All right, Katie, thank you very much.